Welcome to Triple Option Sports Podcast, brought to you by Wild Roots Vodka, Oregon's infused vodka company. So, without further ado, here are your hosts, Matt, John, and Jesse.
All right, welcome back to a new week. This should be a fun week. We're going to cover UFC 223 this week, and I cannot wait to see the Ferguson-Khabib fight, so we'll get into that. We're also going to do our own mock draft as if we were the GMs. We're going to go team by team, first round picks. So it's going to be an interesting night. Stay tuned to all of it. Of course, I got to introduce my guys who are with me every week. On my right, Mr. John Radford. How you doing, Rad?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. I'm ready to do this draft, man. I'm pumped about it. And I want to give a huge shout out to all our listeners out there. Thank y'all for the downloads. We greatly appreciate it. But I'm ready, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing great. True story. I'm excited for you because you got your first iPhone, and it gave me the warm and fuzzies inside. So
I did. I picked up that 10.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm proud. And to my left, and always to my left, the man, the myth, the person who hates iPhone, Jesse Naylor. How you doing tonight, Naylor?
I am doing fantastic. A little under the weather, but we get to talk UFC 223, and above all, we get to do our very own mock draft. So it's got me excited, and yes, I do hate iPhone.
Strep throat will never hold you back. So
No.
we appreciate
I just
that.
want the listeners to know my dedication. Strep throat, no, you can't hold me down.
Yeah, you sent me the doctor's picture, so I do believe you now. So that's good.
Through all his business up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just he's sick. It's but it's strep A, which is I don't think that's your throat. I think that's another orifice. But that might be another podcast. So it's all good. It's all good. But UFC 223, April 7th, Ferguson Khabib. I don't know what's your take here, Jesse. I feel like you're kind of hedging your bets here. I don't think you're gonna pick somebody.
Well, look, I think, first of all, let me talk about the card as a whole. It is the best card of the year, top to bottom, at least so far. We'll see what they end up doing at the end of the year. We'll see if Conor McGregor comes back to possibly fight the winner of this. But there's a lot to be excited about. A lot of big names on the card, especially if you're an MMA fan. You've got Alex Caceres, Artem Lobov, Felice Herrig, Carolina Kovalkiewicz, Al Iaquinta, Paul Felder, Michael Chiesa, Anthony Pettis, Joe Lozon's on here, Ray Borg versus Brandon Moreno. There's a lot of big fights on this card. And then, of course, you've got your two co-main events. You've got Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Rose Namajunas in a rematch where Thug Rose upset Joanna Jędrzejczyk the last time that they fought in shocking fashion. And then you've got arguably the fight of the year with Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson. So great card, top to bottom. Yes, I'm hedging my bet a little bit. I do want Khabib to win because a Conor Khabib fight, especially in Russia, would be amazing. And I feel like an undefeated Khabib with the belt in Russia is just enough to get Conor to actually want to come back and fight and be excited to do so. He actually posted a picture on Instagram, I believe it was yesterday, of him doing wrestling training, which tells you he probably thinks Khabib's going to win. With all that said, I don't know why, but I think Tony Ferguson's going to pull off the upset. I really do.
You're crazy.
Can I get a sock bet? Can I get a bet? Just a sock bet.
You can get a sock bet for sure.
Perfectly.
I want a sock bet too.
All right,
Thank
we can
you.
do sock bets.
All right.
Lovely.
That's
Lovely.
good. John and I are ordered together. It'll be good.
And then, hold on. So once he wins, can I go ahead and get another sock bet that he's going to beat Conor?
If him and Conor fight, yeah, you can definitely get that sock bet.
Yeah, I'll do that with you too. So
Perfect.
But
Khabib will get slept.
I just think you need to take a second and a round of applause for pronouncing all of those names, because that was
Right.
I can't do that. So I'm
Well, look, I take pride in knowing how to pronounce names. I guess it's a thing that I have.
You got to be good at something in life, and we found it for you. So
that in Google.
This is true. But hey, I'm happy it's like Rose versus Joanna or whatever her name is. So
It's Joanna.
Joanna.
Sure.
Why is it?
It's a soft J. It's like jogging.
Silent
Because
J.
she's from Poland. That's how they say it.
Jogging. Joanna. It's
There
better. We don't have to rename
soft
them.
J.
So that's good. I got Rose. Thug Rose at that. So
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a rock.
Who do you
Rose
think's
on-
going to win that fight?
Rose?
You think Rose is going to win again, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rose again.
no,
Yep.
I'm going Joanna.
Yeah, I got to go Joanna. I was big on Joanna before she lost. I was saying that she was the best fighter pound for pound in the world, and I really believe that. Look, she got caught, but I know that she looks up to Mr. McGregor, and being the fact that he got caught by Diaz and then was able to come back on a short turnaround and find a way to win, I feel like Joanna has that in her as well. I don't like that she was making a lot of excuses to why she lost about the weight cut and other things. With that aside, though, I think she finds a way to get it done.
I think you like her just because she rocks with Conor so tough.
No, I actually don't. I just think she's a fucking, I don't know. She's just a G.
Yeah,
But we gonna see.
we're gonna see. You know what? It's just a common theme for fighters. I think I could never be a fighter because I don't have any tattoos. I think that's part of the qualification.
Oh, is that it?
I
don't
think so.
think Khabib has any tattoos.
Khabib
does he?
ain't got any.
Well, on the photo, I mean, you don't know, but
He just wrestles grizzly bears. That's it.
Yeah.
that is true. I don't know. I'm just looking at like almost like half of them, and they look like your tattoos, Jesse. So that's kind of interesting.
It's kind of weird that we've got the same
Kind
tattoos.
of weird. Like one guy has the same date that you have on your arm on his arm. Like I don't know. You might want to make a call, figure that one out.
You're a fool.
Actually, if you look
Copyright
at
infringement on my tattoos.
yeah, exactly. Actually, Evan Dunham, is that how you pronounce it?
Evan Dunham. Yeah.
Dunham, whatever, same thing. His tattoo looks horrible. Like it looks like his chest got beat in. So I'll just I don't know. I'm critiquing, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Khabib's gonna win, and then Joanna's gonna win. So there's rumors
It's
Conor's gonna
sound-
be at this fight.
yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Ooh, he actually should because I was thinking about it. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to hype it. But Artem Lobov is fighting, and Artem is his teammate. They go way back. So I think anytime Artem fights, Conor's probably going to be in the building. The rumor says that he's going to get in the cage afterwards and challenge the winner. I don't know if all that's true, but I do expect him to be there for sure, taking in the action, and we'll see what happens afterwards. He is just crazy enough to hop in the cage and start some shit, though.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
Well, I'll watch it at your house, so it'd be great. So
Yeah, are we we gonna Skype in or video chat Radford, or is he actually?
Nah. I'm there.
you're gonna be physically
I'm
there,
there.
not on Naylor's phone.
Physically in the flesh. There. Save me a seat.
Okay. All right.
And we're gonna go Facebook Live for a little bit on it.
Oh heck yeah!
Ooh, I like it. All right,
Feel me?
I love it.
we can definitely do that.
I'm there.
All right, so you guys ready to draft or what?
Is it that time?
It's that time. It's draft time.
Let's get it.
All right, so
Let's get it.
Jesse, you want to kind of run the listeners through how this is going to work?
Yeah, so we all have roughly the same amount of teams. I believe Matt has 10 and Radford and I have 11, but we basically went through and we tried to keep some semblance of an order, but also teams that we wanted to draft for. So you may hear us go back to back, but essentially what we're doing is a mock draft, but in the form in which we would draft if we were the GMs for those teams. So this is a mock unlike any other. You're not going to hear names going to teams that you've been hearing all off season, because this is what we would do. And as fans of those teams, we want to know what your thoughts are. We don't expect it to be anything like a regular draft, like I said, but we will be doing an actual mock draft probably next week's pod, maybe the week after. And at that point, we'll break down what we think is going to happen. But like I said, this is what we would do if we were the GMs of those teams. So we will we'll take picks. We'll take no longer than a minute and a half for each pick. While we're doing this, we will also be talking trades with each other, trying to move pieces. and walking you through our thought process. So let's get it.
All right.
Start the clock.
Let's go.
Start the clock.
I'm up.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns and Jonathan Radford are on the board. Clock has started.
All right, let me see. It's real easy. I'm gonna just go ahead and take Saquon Barkley, Penn State.
All right.
Perfect.
All right.
Great pick. I know they got Carlos Hyde, but he just have to be the spellback. We don't need Barkley, and he's the best player in the draft. They already got nice pieces on that offense, and he's just gonna seal the deal. They pick him up in that first pick. Cleveland's definitely gonna win 8 games. So Saquon Barkley, Penn State.
Okay.
All right.
I like it. Yeah. All right. Well, with the number 2 pick, the Giants are on the board, and I do have the Giants. So I'm going to go with a guy here. And my thought is probably between defensive end and quarterback. Look, if Saquon was there, I would have taken him, but I've got to replace Jason Pierre-Paul at some point. But I also need a quarterback. And I'm not a fan of taking quarterback this high, but for the Giants to be in this position where they didn't expect to be anywhere near this spot in the draft, they had a bad season. They still expect to compete. They think Eli has a couple more years left, but you got to think about replacing him. Now, I don't think this is the best quarterback in the draft. I think I've been pretty vocal in saying that Josh Allen is. But I think this quarterback fits what the Giants need best, and he can learn from Eli Manning. Eli Manning and him have a very similar personality in the fact that if you look at them on the surface, it doesn't necessarily look like they care about football, and that's been the question with this gentleman. But I'm going to go with Josh Rosen out of UCLA, number 2 to the Giants.
Wow.
I like that. All
right. Well, at least I thought you were going to say Baker Mayfield for a second. I was like,
No.
I was going to come to your house and like hit you in the head because that strep throat just messed up your brain. So, well, it was just the build up, the anticipation. So,
Yeah.
all right, so,
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. It was weird. He showed up at the draft, throwing the football around. So bad. All right, with the 3rd pick in the NFL draft, New York Jets are on the clock. That's me. We traded up with the Colts. Looking at everything in the draft and what the Jets need, I'm going. They need a quarterback, so I am taking Josh Allen from Wyoming.
Oh, I love it.
Yep. So, I mean, just his arm strength, overall talent. They got Bridgewater and McCown. They need their future. And we didn't draft up to get somebody else. So, taking Josh Allen to the Jets.
Yeah, I think it's a good pick. I think the one thing with Allen is he certainly has to probably sit a year. Like I look at guys, I think Rosen's probably the most ready this year. But Josh Allen sitting a year, just learning the NFL system, I think that it's going to it's going to pay dividends for him. But clearly the best arm talent, the best physical attributes. He is starting to get the accuracy down. You give him a season to learn, and I think Josh Allen's going to be a beast.
Yeah, I agree. I think also he we re-signed McCown for a reason, and we went pretty well with McCown last year. So there's some we can put him behind McCown and Bridgewater and let him sit there and not worry about it. So that should be good.
I like it. All right, the 4th pick, Cleveland. You're back on the clock. Radford, that's
All
you.
right. So I feel like there's 2 ways we could go here. Cleveland could go here.
You want to trade?
Let me hear the offer.
I'll give you Buffalo's 1st round pick,
Which is
the number 12 overall. And I will throw in our second round pick, and our 5th round pick.
Does Buffalo still have 2 first-round picks?
Yes.
I would want those 2 first-round picks and a 3rd.
Nope. We pass.
And I will give you a 4th.
Nope. No, I think we'll give you our 1st and our 2nd and our 5th is fair. So that's my final offer.
Okay, no thank you. I'm going to hang up the phone.
All right, sounds good.
Miami's calling. Miami's calling, sir. Would you like to take that phone call?
I'm going to answer it on my iPhone. Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm calling from an Android. Hopefully you can hear me. I tried to iMessage you, but it didn't work. Miami Dolphins would like to offer the 11th overall pick and our 1st round pick next year for the 4th pick.
That's a lot.
Oh.
We'll also give you a 4th round pick this year and swap for a 5th round pick. So we're offering the 11th pick, our 1st round pick next year, a 4th round pick this year, and we want your 5th round pick and your number 4 overall.
Who's Miami defensive ends? Do you know off top?
Look, we don't have anybody at this point, so
No, I think they do. So I will take. You said the 11th pick and next year's 11th.
30 seconds left on the clock.
30 seconds left.
Yep.
Can we get
no,
Cameron
that's my
Wake?
best and final offer.
I can't get Cameron Wake?
Nope, that's my best and final offer.
Okay. So then I'm going to have to decline that. We're going to take Minka Fitzpatrick with the 4th overall pick. Safety, Alabama. He's going to bring that playmaking capability in the back end. They just added a huge playmaker on offense, and now they just added one on defense. Minka Fitzpatrick.
All right. Interesting. Okay, well, I am number 5, and I've got the Denver Broncos. Also open for business, Buffalo. I don't know if you're listening. But
yeah,
I need a guard.
I'll offer you a trade for 5th overall.
What's the offer?
1st round pick. Obviously give you our 12th overall. And I will give you our 3rd round pick.
I will give you the 5th overall pick, a 3rd rounder for both of your 1st rounders.
No.
Okay. I'm going to set the clock then, sir. Yes, sir.
Phone call.
Yeah. What's up? Who is this?
This is the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, Arizona. Hey, how you doing?
So we'd like to move up, and we would give you the 15th overall pick.
Okay.
This year's 3rd, and the next year's 2nd.
I will give you the 5th overall pick, a 3rd rounder next year, but I want your 1st rounder this year and your 1st rounder next year.
Buffalo's on the phone too again.
Okay. All right.
So you want this year's 1st?
Yeah, next year's 1st.
Wait a minute, I'm still on the phone now. You can't.
Yeah, no, I can put you on hold. You think about it. So 15th overall.
I'm ready.
Okay. Are you doing this?
I'll give you this year's 1st and next year's 1st, and I want the 5th and would you say this year's 3rd?
Yep.
I'll take it. Deal.
All right, done deal.
All right.
The Arizona Cardinals is on the clock. We have moved up to take Sam Darnold, quarterback, USC.
Ooh.
Big jump.
They need a quarterback. Sam Bradford's not the answer.
No, Sam Bradford's not the answer. He's the richest man I've ever seen in the NFL who's never played a game, really.
Right.
So, but,
I like that deal.
There's that. So,
Yeah, so you took Sam Darnold?
Darnold's off the board. Sorry.
All right. With the 6th overall pick, Indianapolis Colts are on the clock. Traded back with the Jets.
I would like to propose a trade. This is Miami.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Yeah. So look, I've got the 11th overall pick. I will give you the 11th overall pick. My first rounder next year. I want the 6th overall pick and a 3rd rounder next year.
If you make it a 4th rounder, you have a deal.
Look, you need to stockpile here, Andy. You've got the worst roster in the league. You need these picks. You need to stockpile.
I have plenty of picks. So I will do the trade if you, instead of 3rd round, it's 4th round, and you have a deal.
All right, I will do that if you swap 4th and 5th rounders this year.
Deal.
So, all right, done deal. Miami has moved up. And I'm not the biggest fan of putting him here just because there are some off-field issues. But I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield out of Oklahoma. Get our quarterback.
Baker Mayfield. I like it.
In the building. I'm a Mayfield
Baker
fan.
Mayfield. Yeah.
I like it.
Oops. All right, and the Broncos are at 15 now. I'm just making sure I'm keeping some order here.
That's good. Somebody needs to.
Yeah. So the Colts have moved back to 11.
11th, yeah.
All right, so you're going to have a couple picks there.
Yeah.
So I'm on top.
All right,
of the
so
7th pick.
what was the final trade? It was swapping first rounders this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you a first rounder next year.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me a 4th rounder next year,
Yep.
and then we're swapping 4th and 5th rounder this year.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Good trade. Good doing business with you.
I liked it. It was a good phone
7th pick on the clock. Tampa Bay
Yes,
Buccaneers.
sir. Okay.
With this selection, you're going to take defensive tackle, University of Washington, Vita Vea. Pair him up with Jerome Coy and JPP. It just made their D-line very good to get after
They
those
got Curry
quarterbacks.
also, right? So they have
Vinny
Curry.
That
Wow.
D-line just got complete. Vita Vea, 7th pick overall.
Interesting.
call.
I think it's a little early for Vita. I'm
Yeah,
not
me
gonna lie.
too. Yeah, I would have probably went corner, but that's just me.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
With the 8th pick in the NFL draft, the Chicago Bears are on the clock, and that's me. This is an interesting pick because they've done some good things in the offseason with receiver to help Trubisky. And so this is who I obviously drafting as I would draft. So I would take I should say, sorry. Bradley Chubb, defensive end, NC State.
Yeah, he fell super far.
It's a good pick.
It is a great pick.
Yep.
That's a good value pick right there.
Swoop him up. Now he's a Bear. Perfect.
All right. I like it a lot. It's a great pick.
You had to. Best player available, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what
Easily.
Easily, yeah.
And when you have as many holes as the Bears, I mean, you
It's
just take best available in that situation. And Chubb
yeah.
he's a cornerstone defensive end. Absolutely. Easily a top 3 talent. And for him to fall to 8, you got to love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that brings me to my Niners. And I am so happy this guy is still here because I need to protect my franchise and Jimmy GQ. And I'm going to get Quentin Nelson, guard out of Notre Dame.
Love it.
That's a great pick.
Love it.
Yeah. I was debating between Chubb and Nelson, and I was just like,
I thought you were going to go Nelson. I was going to reach through this mic and choke the shit out of you.
I almost
but I would have
did.
taken Chubb. I would have absolutely taken Chubb, no problem.
I have them both written down. So, yeah, it was close.
I would have done it. Yeah, he's if I'm just looking at Nelson, and we've all talked about it, but I've never enjoyed watching a guard's highlights as much as I've enjoyed watching his. I mean, he just pancakes the shit out of people and is an absolute beast. And with San Francisco's offense, they actually rely more on that interior line than they do the tackles, which is pretty rare. So it's nice to get a game changer like him.
That's for sure. He's nice. He's the best offensive lineman coming out.
Yeah, no question. Alrighty, so who we got next? We got the pick. Oakland Raiders.
Yep.
10th pick, John Gruden. He's going to go defense. With the 10th pick, he's going to take Denzel Ward, cornerback, Ohio State.
Beautiful pick. Beautiful pick. Now I know that they need linebacker help as well. What was your thought process there?
I feel like Denzel Ward's a lockdown corner.
Yeah.
He's locked down. And I know Raekwon Smith was sitting there, but I mean, you can't pass on a lockdown corner. Well,
Edmonds was sitting there too, and he's a total Raider. I mean, he's just an athletic freak. So I know that the Raiders like those type of players, but I think you're right. They definitely need corner help, probably more than anything. And Ward can play multiple spots. He can play the nickel. He can play outside. Yep. So I like the pick. Well, with one of our trades here, the Colts are now on the clock at number 11, Matt. So that brings you up.
Yep. On the clock for the Colts. Reason why we traded back was we thought this player would still be there. So with the 11th pick in the NFL draft, the Colts draft Roquan Smith, inside linebacker out of Georgia.
I love it.
That's just super fast.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, super fast. He's just a super talented guy. He's a little bit undersized, but he'll need to be covered by a big D lineman because he's got star potential. So, but it'll be good. It'll be good.
He absolutely does. And look, you've got your quarterback if Luck is healthy, and you need your quarterback on defense. And Roquan Smith is a very smart individual. So I believe that you made the right move there. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, you're on the clock again.
I'm on the clock.
Buffalo.
Yeah, couldn't trade this
Fast
pick.
and furious. They're coming at you.
I know. So with 12th pick of the NFL draft, the Buffalo Bills are on the clock. And as we joked time and again about the quarterback situation, it's dreary in Buffalo. Buffalo fans that are listening, you know it is. AJ McCarron, Peterman, yeah, it's rough. So I'm going through my options here, and let's see. I should be writing these down as you guys are taking them.
It might make it easier for you.
Yeah, that might have been.
You're going to be that guy at the fantasy football draft that drafts somebody that's already been taken. You're like Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, pretty much. Are all four of the quarterbacks already taken, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, I crossed them out, but I was like just double checking. So, okay, so that's what I was trying to trade up, was to get one of the top four, with the top four being gone. What I'm looking at is going to be, let me double check the name because I say names horrible. 1 second. I'm on the clock. Anticipation killing people. Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine?
Yeah, Tremaine Edmonds. Yep.
Tremaine
Athletic
Edmonds.
freak.
Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Great.
So
great linebacker.
Yep. So that's who I'm going to take to protect. And I mean, athleticism is insane, and he can match up with any tight end in coverage. And it's going to be all the quarterbacks are gone, and we weren't successful to trade up, so that's what I'm taking.
Well, and he probably got a chance at Jackson falling to you at 22. You get Lamar Jackson possibly if you're still quarterback hungry. So
I wasn't going to draft him this high. It's just too high for him. So
yeah, I think Edmonds is the most talented guy on the board. Buffalo certainly has needs in quite a few places at this point. I like it. I like the Edmonds pick a lot. All right,
probably Calvin Ridley. But go ahead.
Oh, Ridley, yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been a nice pick. They certainly need some receiver help, that's for sure.
Yep, true story.
All right, so 13th overall, the Washington Redskins. We've got a few things that we need help with. We need help at receiver. We need help at defensive line, linebacker, corner, safety, though. This is a guy that I cannot pass up on at this spot. We've had a void here since the late, great Sean Taylor left. And I feel like this guy...
Are you willing to... do you think about trading that pick at all?
Well, I already know who it is.
Depends on what you got for me. What are you thinking?
This is Green Bay calling.
Okay.
I had to put my my cheese down and give you a call. But I'll
you obviously want my safety, so go ahead. Yes.
Well, I mean, I just hearing interesting what you would, So I'll swap picks with you because we're 14.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll throw in our fifth round as well.
It's not good enough, man.
Not enough, no.
Yeah, it's not enough. I mean, the Bears last year for swapping picks gave the 49ers like their third rounder or something like that.
They did them dirty. No, they gave them a lot. Don't make it sound like they just got a third. No, they did them dirty.
But I think, all right. Well, I want to throw it out there. Green Bay's hanging up now. You can go and make your pick. So.
You obviously want my boy, but look, this guy is a game changer. I believe that he can play both safety spots, and a lot of NFL teams are going single high safety. They're going with a nickel package, 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, or vice versa, 3 linemen, 4 linebackers, whatever you run, a 4-3 or a 3-4. But they're running that single high safety, and they need somebody that's very versatile. That would be Derwin James, safety out of Florida State.
Yes,
my new Sean Taylor for the Washington Redskins.
Yes, it would.
I like it.
Well, that's one of the needs for Green Bay, so that's why I made that call. So
I was like, man, why is he trying to get up one pick? And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I see what's happening here.
Yeah. All right, with 14th pick overall draft, Green Bay is on the clock.
They are.
And this is going to be on me for not paying attention. So I already know who I'm going to pick. I don't know if he's still available, so it's going to be fun to find out.
All right, perfect. It's hard to keep track. It really is.
It is. It's hard to keep track. So with you guys got to keep me honest. So with the pick 14 pick overall, we are going to draft Josh Jackson, corner out of Iowa.
Oh, he's there.
Okay, that's what
good pick.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, we haven't signed anybody. We need a corner, and he's got elite ball skills, and just his speed is like is not. It's not like great speed, but it's good enough. He'll be a playmaker for sure. So.
Oh, he's got good recovery speed. I think he's a great fit for Green Bay.
Yeah, he's a really good corner.
Yeah.
We've made a lot of jokes that they don't. I don't even know if they have a corner on the roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Which I'm sure they do. But
I wanted Derwin James, but it's fine. So.
All right. Well, I'm back on the clock with the Broncos here.
Yeah, Broncos.
Goodness sakes. Well, I need a corner. I need an inside linebacker. I needed a guard. All the guys that I was looking at with the 5 pick were Nelson, Ward, and Edmonds. They are all gone. Man, you're making it tough on me. Making it real tough on me here. Let's see. Where would I like to go? You know what? I need to replace Aqib Talib. So I'm going to go, and I want another big body guy. I think he's actually pretty similar to Talib in the way that he plays. So I'm going to go with Mike Hughes, cornerback out of UCF.
I like him.
Decent pick.
He's a good corner.
That's cute. I mean, I'm not excited about it, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, look, it's a need pick.
Yeah.
And you look at the way that that Talib plays. He's great at owning the line of scrimmage, and I think Hughes is a very similar player, and he's quick as well. So I think that he's actually very similar to Talib, and he's a much cheaper option. So
yeah, no doubt.
Might as well go that route for sure.
I get it.
I was debating between a corner. There's a edge rusher out there that I thought about as well, but I'm going to have to go with Hughes.
All right, I'm on the clock with the 16th pick, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
They select James Daniels, center from Iowa.
I like it.
Because they have to replace the center they just lost. And I think James Daniels is the second best offensive lineman in the draft.
Really?
I watched I watched some tape on him, and then I watched his combine. The man's feet is nice. He's a really good center. So I'm gonna go James Daniels, center.
They're saying he could be the best center prospect in the last 8 to 10 years.
For sure, he's that nice. I watched a lot of combine film on him. He looks good. Check him out.
All right.
It's not a sexy pick at all, but
it's a neat pick.
It's a lot of these are neat.
Trenches.
Yeah, a lot of these are neat picks, so it makes sense.
Trenches.
Yep, you win from the inside out. I agree, and I like the pick a lot. All right, well, the Chargers are on the clock. They have some needs of their own. They need an offensive tackle, inside linebacker, defensive tackle. I really wanted to go Vea here, and I was hoping he'd fall to me just because we do have those great pass rushers. This is a tough one. There's a couple different ways I can go here. I think I'm leaning towards defensive tackle just to solidify the hell out of the line. Hurst is by far the best pass rushing defensive tackle. You've made comparisons, Radford, to
Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald. Which could you imagine with those three there? Pass rusher. I mean, good luck if you're a quarterback. I think I'm going to have to go with Hurst. I think you pair him with those guys on the outside, and there's not a quarterback that's safe.
I like that. I was hoping
I'm going to go with Hurst.
Out of Michigan.
Yep.
Michigan.
That was going to be my line pick.
Yeah, they needed an interior line, and like I said, those three rushing the passer that's some scary business right there. If he does turn out, I mean, imagine if he is like an Aaron Donald and he turns out.
He's nice. I didn't watch some game film. He's real nice. He's explosive.
He's very explosive.
His first step is real good. That was a solid pick. I like that. You pair him up with those other D-line. And the Chargers is right there. I think they got a really good chance of taking the AFC West.
Well, yeah, we argued if they were the most complete team a couple podcasts ago. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. And it's not even top to bottom.
Yeah, he went through.
They are now.
They are now.
They're nice. They're nice, but I don't know why.
All right.
They are now.
All right.
18th.
Seattle Seahawks. 18th pick
Seahawks
overall.
Can I ask what y'all are looking for?
Yeah.
Quick?
Well, we need
everything.
I mean, we need a corner. We need offensive line, defensive end, tight end.
Get the best tackle available.
We need a lot. So there's, Sherman leaving. We got that's kind of is a priority to refill that, and then with Bennett leading, pass rushing defensive end too. So there's a lot there.
Some guys out there.
Yeah. With that said, again, keep me honest because I haven't been writing anything down.
One second.
Are you calling me?
Hold What position are you on? Like, I need to know kind of like what position you about to hit. Because I may have a defensive end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the phone's ringing.
Okay. I picked up. What's going on?
All right. It's the 20th pick, so we want to move 2 spots up. The Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to give you our 20th pick. We'll give you our next year's 5th and 6th also, and this year's 6th to move up 2 spots.
No, I need more than that. I need swap spots, and then give me this year's 2nd round pick and next year's 5th and 6th.
Just to move up 2 spots. This isn't like a top 10 pick I'm asking for. I'm just asking for like the 18th. It's not like I'm getting top 10 talent. I'm just.
Well, then
I'll give you
waiting for a rebuttal.
Swap picks. So you're moving back 2 spots. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you this year's 4th. I'll give you this year's 4th, next year's 4th. And I'll give you Amir Abdullah because y'all need a running back. You don't have a running back.
Make it this year's 3rd, and you got a deal.
I can't do 3rd. I'm giving 2 4ths and Amir Abdullah,
How
who's
about
a 2nd round pick.
next year's 3rd?
I still can't give you a 3rd. I'm giving you 2 4ths and Amir Abdullah, and we're swapping
Amir Abdullah
2 spots.
Garbage.
He's not garbage. Y'all, you don't have a running back. You just lost Thomas Rawls. Fat Lady's a free agent. And I'd like to hear who else is your running back. So I'm giving
2
you
4ths and Amir Abdullah to move back 2 spots.
And the 20th pick overall to just move back 2 spots.
All right, I'll take the deal.
Yo, okay. The Detroit Lions are on the clock. We already got it in. We're going to take Marcus Davenport, defensive end from University of Texas San Antonio. It's a great pick to add an edge rusher to go with Ziggy Ansah. We have his former defensive line coach in college as our defensive line coach now with Lions. So we've done a lot of studying on him. We know what the kid's about. They say he's a top tier pass rusher, and we are so happy he fell to the 18th pick. And thank you. And you got Amir Abdullah.
Yeah.
Amir Abdullah, though, it's not bad. I mean, you got a 3rd round.
Bad.
And the way I see it is with your 4th round pick that you just jacked from him, you can probably get a actual running back for the first 2 downs, and then you've got Abdullah for down 3.
Yeah, that's what No, it's not hard. It's not bad. I mean, I just was one to push for a 3rd in either this year or next year. So.
Once he said 4th, I started nodding my head on this. I'm like, that's the one. Now that he's at the 4th pick or 4th round, you got to go for that.
Yeah.
You can get the 4th, so we'll take that. I wanted Davenport, and he failed.
That's what I was going to take. I was going to take Davenport.
I know. That's why I needed to know if you were going defensive end.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And we got, we know about the kid because we got his former D-line coach, and he's going to coach him up some more.
No doubt.
And he has feet size. So let's do it.
All right, who's up?
All right.
All right, well, the Cowboys need a defensive tackle. They need a linebacker. They need a wide receiver. And they need a guard. Look, if Hurst was still on the board, if the Chargers hadn't taken Hurst, I'd have to go there. But I got to go with who I believe is the most talented gentleman left on the board, especially for the spot. There's a chance I might cut Des Bryant still. So I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley, wide receiver out of Alabama.
It's the only receiver going in the first round.
It's not. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but
I get it.
All right.
Seahawks back on the right.
Back on the board.
20th pick. So it's like I said before, corner, tight end, offensive line. I mean, you name it, we need it. So it's not a mystery here. But looking at this, where's his name? He fell a little bit he was projected to go top 10. He fell a little bit, and I think he'll fall in a real draft too, which is I'm going to take Connor Williams, offensive tackle out of Texas.
I like it.
Okay.
So I think he struggled in his junior year. I think that's why and he had a little bit of a knee injury, but I am fully confident he's fine. So.
Yeah, I like the pick quite a bit. I do. Oh man, this is a tough one. So I've got the Bengals here at 21. I need interior O-line help. I need a linebacker. I need a defensive tackle, and I need a nickel corner. I think I'm going between O-line help and corner help. This is a tough one. You know what? I'm going to have to go with a guy that can play on the outside. And he can play the nickel spot if needed. I think he might be the most talented corner in the draft, if it wasn't for being nicked up a little bit. And that's Jari Alexander, cornerback out of Louisville.
I like that. He's super nice.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
He's nice.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he has really good press coverage. I watched a little bit on him too.
Yeah, he does. He's super nice. He just had a little bit of injury issues, and I think that's gonna push him down a little bit. But talent for talent, he certainly has the skills.
Yeah, he's tough too. He'd like to hit. I like it. Can't pass a corner. I like to hit.
Yeah.
All right, Buffalo Bills, you're back on the clock. Let's see. Who did you take? You took Edmonds, linebacker, with the 12th overall pick.
Yep, and I'm coming back with this pick, 22nd overall. Mm-hmm. We are selecting Lamar Jackson, QB out of Louisville.
I like it.
So I think there's some footwork issues because he's pretty much all arm, but I think we could work through that. And I think he's got that chip on his shoulder because people are trying to convert him to receiver and all those rumors around. I think he'll be a good player for us. So
I think if the Bills left the draft first round with Jackson and Edmonds, I don't see how Bills fans could be upset with that.
Yeah, that's a good draft.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel the same way.
All right, the hated Rams. Who are you taking?
All right, 23rd pick. The Rams need linebacker help. I think they're really soft on the inside. So we're going to take Rashaan Evans, linebacker, Alabama.
I like it.
Yep. That's a good pick.
I think it might be a little early for him, but for what they need, clearly that's by far the most pressing need they have. I agree with you. Because he's not going to be there when you come around in round 2. So
no, he's not. And it's out of him to get out of Boise State. I'd rather get a Alabama linebacker.
Well, and actually, now that I think about it, I don't even think they have a second-round pick. So yeah, it's now or never. So
I'm back on the clock with the Carolina Panthers. My man Killer Cam. Let me see. So, with that being said, Carolina Panthers.
Hey, are you looking at moving that pick possibly?
Oh, we can. Talk to me.
Well, the San Francisco 49ers would like to get back up into the first round if possible. So we would offer you, we've got a second round pick, and then we would offer you a fourth rounder this year and a fourth rounder next year.
No, that's definitely not enough.
Okay. Well, make your pick.
That was a very disrespectful.
I don't think it was disrespectful.
So you want to take the 24th pick for the second round and 2/4?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for calling, though, but We'll put you on the block list.
Well, I've got a player that I could give you, and I think that you need help at safety / corner, and this man can play both.
Let me hear it.
Jimmy Ward.
No, I think we're gonna go over here. With the 24th pick, the Carolina Panthers select Daron Payne, defensive tackle out of Alabama, to replace star Lola Tui. There we go.
Who'd you pick? I was writing it down.
Daron Payne, defensive
Daron
tackle.
Payne. Okay,
He's a savage.
That's what I thought. I just want to double
Savage.
check. Okay.
I really can't believe he fell. He's kind of where he needs to be. He's a super run stuff D tackle, and I like it because they just lost Star.
Yeah, I think it's the right place for him. For sure.
I was thinking corner, but I was thinking the kid out of I think it's Oliver out of Colorado, but I don't know. Payne's real nice, and he's been in the big games. He's made big time plays, and we need to keep. We got to cover up Luke Kuechly. We got to keep people off of him. So I want somebody who's going to clog the hole, and we're going to go Daron Payne.
There you go. Tennessee.
I like it.
Tennessee's on the clock.
All right. Well, I need an edge pass rusher. I need D-line help. Period. I need a wide receiver. This one's tough. I think that he probably fell about where he's going to be, but he's the guy that I believe is the best pass rusher left, and that would be Mr. Harold Landry out of Boston College.
Super solid pick. That's why I was going to pick at the 20th if Davenport wasn't there. I'm a fan of Landry.
Yeah, and he's a true edge. So
Edge.
Gotta go.
Versatile. That's what I was going to take. But for Davenport to be there at 18, for Detroit, I had to move up.
Oh, for sure. And I didn't expect Landry to be there. I was probably going to go with Kirk. But look, if Landry's there, I got to take him.
He's a top tier pass rusher for sure.
Yep.
Where we at? Who next?
All right. Falcons, 26th overall pick.
Ooh, I like Atlanta.
Yeah, well, we need defensive tackle, receiver, tight end, defensive end. I mean, there's obviously some needs there with Tyler Gabriel leaving and then Poe leaving to the Panthers. So there's some needs across the board. This is what I would do. So I want to make sure that's clear before I announce this.
I don't think Falcons fans are going to like this.
Well, it's more pointed at Radford. So
okay.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Christian Kirk, wide receiver, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Yep.
I think he's the best receiver in the draft. But
So, slot receiver. And people, I mean, you hear things out there. He just needs to polish up his game, but they're calling him like a poor man's Julian Edelman, unfortunately. But I don't think he's that. I think he's talented. So
I like him. He's got good run after the catch.
Yep.
Solid route runner. And if they make that pick, I want a free pair of socks.
I know that's why I was saying that's what I would do, but I don't think it's going to happen. But this is what
I feel you.
But yeah,
I like it.
That's why I'm picking
like
it up.
Pick.
All right.
Yeah.
Saints are on the board.
What pick number?
27.
27.
All right. So the Saints are on the board. Pressing needs, tight end, wide receiver, quarterback, and interior O-line help. This one is tough. This one is real tough. But I think I'm leaning with everybody who's left. Kirk was the guy that I was probably going to take. Lamar Jackson is no longer there. I was looking at him. I think it comes down to those tight ends. And I don't know who to take. I like Hurst a lot.
That's
And I like Gesicki. I like Gesicki a lot just because he's got a lot of the same intangibles that Jimmy Graham had, and obviously we saw how well that worked. He's an athletic freak, but I still think the best tight end is probably Hayden Hurst. So I'm going to go with Hayden Hurst, tight end out of South Carolina.
I like that. That's who I think's the top tight end also. It's a good pick. Get him back with get him with Breeze.
I think that's
so now he's got all of his weapons lined up.
I think that's actually going to happen too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I think they'll go tight end.
Yeah.
Steelers, 28.
Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, 28th pick. We're going to select Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker out of Boise State. I really think they need to find somebody to replace Shazier because we've seen in that playoff game where there was a lot of missed tackles by the LBs. I think he can step in and be an instant impact on that defense. He's fast, rangy. He shoots gaps. He's a good linebacker. So the 28th pick, we're taking Vander Esch out of Boise State, linebacker.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good. All right. 29th pick, Jacksonville is on the clock. That would be me.
Saxonville.
There's a couple needs here. Obviously, receiver. You look at linebacker as well because what's his name? Paul. I can't say his last name. I'm not even going to try. He just retired, so let's put it that way. And then obviously with Bortles, so there's no quarterback on the board that I would want to draft to even mess with Bortles right now. So what I would do is what I'm going to do with my pick, with the 29th pick overall, Jacksonville Jag will select DJ Moore, wide receiver out of Maryland. So receiver of the year 2017. I like him. He's versatile. I think he could be potential to be a big number one receiver in the league. So he's kind of a Golden Tate type player. So
I like him just because you said that, but
you like
I don't know if I'm feeling it though, receiver.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to come back to that one.
All right.
Have to come back to that one. I think there are some other receivers there that I would have taken if I was going to go receiver.
I like Moore better than I think you're going to say who Corkland or whatever his name is.
Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton.
Yeah. Cortland Sutton. Yeah, I like Sutton a lot.
All right, I'm back on the clock. Minnesota Vikings.
So, are you thinking about moving that pick? I mean,
yeah, I'm open to my phone's on.
Like, here's the deal. I mean, you guys are Super Bowl contenders. You don't need a lot. I think, with your salary cap situation, you may not want to just spend all this money for a first rounder. So why don't I go ahead and give you my second rounder and 2 fourth rounders. And you go ahead and move on back, and I'll jump back in as 49ers.
You won't say Fran and get back in that first round bad.
Yeah, I got somebody that I need.
Bad.
I'm going to need more than fourth rounders.
Right? You keep throwing fourths.
It's not like it's bad. You're at the end of the first round at this point. It's not like you're...
I'm not saying it's that bad. No, but I mean, I'll move back for, what'd you say, your second round pick this year. And
all right, I'll give you my second and third rounder this year if you move back.
Deal.
All right. All right, the Niners are back on the clock.
San Fran be getting over on people.
Niners are back on the clock. I don't think that's getting over. A second and a third rounder? That's not for...
And the needs are very sparse. I mean, I need a corner and maybe a little bit.
I'm going to need some next years, too.
You're going to need what?
You want a next year.
I would have got an next year out of you also.
I wouldn't have given you next year, so I would have just let you pick. All right, so second and third pick, I'm going to pair Nelson, guard out of Notre Dame, with his tackle running mate, Mike McGlinchey, who I think could be the best tackle in the draft. Super talented. And I've got some question marks at tackle. I think I'm okay for this year, but I got to start looking to replace Mr. Joe Staley. He's getting up there in age, and Trenton Brown is a guy who's going to command probably a lot of money on the open market next year. And I'm not sure that we want to pay him the money. I don't know if he's the type of guy that we want to pay to keep around. And we may look to trade him from this point, try to get back up into maybe the third round this year if I can offset him. Maybe him in a fifth rounder and jump back up into the third round to recoup one of those picks. But I think McGlinchey and I think Nelson together, they've already played together. They're both supremely talented. And I've taken care of my offensive line for the very foreseeable future. So I'm excited about it.
So I like it as far as like the chemistry. You already got chemistry together, so I do like that.
Yep.
But do you think he's that good to where you don't pick again until day 3?
Yeah, I do. Because like I said, I think that because Trenton Brown is pretty damn talented. And I think that I can pair him with probably a fifth rounder, maybe a fifth rounder this year and a fifth rounder next year. And I can get back up into the third round. I really believe that. So I'd start hitting the phones hard. Tackle's not easy to come by. And I know my friends over in New England need some help at tackle. And we obviously know how to trade very well together. So yeah, I'd probably offer fifth rounder this year, fifth rounder next year, and Brown for a third rounder this year and get back up. So yeah, I do think it's worth it because I think I can get back up.
Okay.
And in my eyes, I think he's the most talented offensive tackle. So I believe that I just got easily a top 10 pick at 30th overall. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
All right, New England's on the clock.
I don't think he's top 10.
A top 10 talent, I should say. He's not going to be a top 10 pick, but I think he's a top 10 talent. I really believe that.
I don't even think he's a top 10 talent. I say this because he got beat a lot.
I'm a great evaluator of talent here in San Francisco. I know what I'm doing. You let KP your Detroit Lions away from me, all right?
Yeah,
you might want to go watch his what was that? The All-Star film practice. He was getting beat a lot, but okay. I mean, it's your draft.
All right.
I just don't think he's a top 10 talent.
New England's on the clock
At all. We don't care about the Patriots.
Well, they're on the clock.
Speaking of the Patriots, wow, they need offensive line help for sure, all across the board. I was really hoping that Jari Alexander would fall to them. This one is tough. This one's real tough. Let's see. I need a corner. I need a linebacker. There are no quarterbacks left. I'd really like to trade out of this pick if possible. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to go with I'm going to go with Billy Price out of Ohio State. I think he can play multiple positions. I've got multiple needs. He can play any of those spots on the interior line. And I certainly need the help. So I'm going to go with Mr. Billy Price.
Not a bad pick.
There's a lot of holes there, so yeah, I get it.
And I like offensive line pick, except for the one you just made for the Niners. I like Billy Price. I like Billy Price over that tackle from Notre Dame. That's a good pick.
Well, I don't need a center, and I need to replace my tackles, so that's what I decided to do. Why don't you get off my 49er nuts over here, huh?
I don't know. I don't think he's worth giving up all your picks until you day
I mean,
3.
you gave up 2 fourth-rounders to move up 2 spots, so.
I get it. You're right. I'll do that.
True story.
I wouldn't give up a second, a third for.
I moved up like 20-something spots, so.
You moved up, actually. It was 10. You moved from the 10, moved up 12 spots. Sorry.
I don't think so, Bubba.
You had the 10th pick of the second round, right?
No, they don't. They have like the 20-something. It's the Saints pick. It's like the 26th pick in the second round.
Oh, y'all don't have y'all 10th pick?
No, that is what we traded to the Patriots for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
So actually, how do you like my pick now, sucker?
I still don't like. I don't think he's that good of an offensive
It's
tackle.
basically I traded up a full round, the second round pick, and the first round pick as a swap. And yes, I gave up a third rounder, but okay.
When we done, go watch his go YouTube his the All-Star game film. He was getting beat a lot.
I know. I know who he is.
Who's got the Eagles?
I got the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl champs. I believe they're gonna go far again in the playoffs. With the 37th pick, Philadelphia selects Darius Guice, running back, LSU. They need to replace that LeGarrette Blount. Boyd, he's a power runner, and Jay Ajayi knees can give out on you any week. So Darius Guice, running back, LSU, power runner. They compare him to Marshawn Lynch.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Should I throw out a recap here?
Yeah. Why don't you throw out a recap and then we'll talk about social media and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And as I throw these guys out, call it out if you think there was a reach or a really good pick or whatever.
Gotcha.
So Cleveland, number 1 went with Saquon Barkley. I think that's the right move. The Giants, number 2 went with Josh Rosen.
I like
Jets. Yeah, I think it's a good fit. I think the Jets at number 3 went with Josh Allen.
Like it.
Yep.
Cleveland, number 4, Minka Fitzpatrick. I really thought they were going to go Chubb there.
So
that
did
was
I.
a surprise.
Yeah.
I thought about it to have him and Myles Garrett together, but you get a playmaker on the back end.
For sure. I don't think it's a bad pick. I think that it's a real scenario. If those two guys are there, I think that's a tough one to pass up. Assuming that Saquon's off the board, obviously. Arizona moved up. They traded right into that number 5 spot with Denver and took Sam Darnold. Miami also moved up, traded up into 6 and took it away from the Colts. Colts did nice for themselves. They picked up a lot of draft picks. Went from number 3 to number 6 and then moved back to number 11. But they picked up a lot of draft picks. They're going to be busy this draft for sure. They took Baker Mayfield in Miami.
I like that pick. I like that one.
Tampa Bay took Vita Vea. I think that's a little early. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah,
I think that's the one that I threw up there.
I think he's the best D tackle in the draft, and you just pair him up with Gerald McCoy. So you put Vita Vea at the 1 technique.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have to take a double team, or McCoy's going to get the double team. So he's going to push the pocket. And now you got Curry, also JPP on the edge. I just think they solidified their defensive line because they're in the NFC South, and you got to have a good pass rush.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I like the player and the fit with Tampa Bay. That's not my issue. My issue is I think if you stay at 7, you definitely had to take Ward. Because they need a corner.
They do bad. Yeah.
And if you want Vita Vea, I'm cool with that. But I think you try to move back a little bit and just see if anybody's interested. I know the QBs are gone, so I think it would be tough for you to move back at that spot. I don't know if you would have had any takers, but I think you definitely have got to get on the phone and just see if anybody's out there. See if you can move back to anywhere between 13 and 15, and I think Vita Vea is still there. I don't have a problem with Vita Vea. I think he's great for that line and what they already have. I think you're right. He fits perfectly. They need a run stopper there. They don't need a pass rusher. I just think it's a little too early. That's, my 2 cents.
I feel you.
All right. The Bears took Mr. Chubb, defensive end.
Yep.
Great pick.
That's an easy pick.
It was an easy pick, but it's still a great pick. Yep. It's still a great pick. The Niners took Quentin Nelson, guard.
Yeah, it's a
great pick. Top 5 talent.
Yep.
Raiders took Mr. Denzel Ward, cornerback out of Ohio State.
Beautiful pick.
Yeah, I think it was a great pick too. And the Colts, I really like what the Colts did. Again, recuperating a bunch of picks, making sure that they've set themselves up for future success. Inside linebacker, Mr. Roquan Smith to be the quarterback of that defense. I think that was a hell of a deal.
Pick. I like that one.
The Bills taking the other inside linebacker, in Edmonds, athletic freak. I think that was a good pick.
Yep,
Redskins took Derwin James, safety.
Good pick.
Yeah, I tried to get that pick.
There's a lot of good picks in here. I'm not mad at it. Too many of these. The Packers took Josh Jackson, another great pick. Broncos took cornerback out of UCF, Mr. Hughes.
That's a good pick.
The Ravens took easily the best interior lineman in the draft, and Daniels out of Iowa.
I thought you were going to take...
Not a sexy pick, but a good pick.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take McClinchy there.
He doesn't like him, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't. I just don't think
he's... hate.
Yeah.
It ain't no hate. I just watched film on him. I watched dude get beat by a lot of pass rushers coming into this year's draft. That's all. I watched a lot of film on center.
You got to study film. I get it. I get it.
Tape don't lie.
Yeah.
Doesn't lie. And he's the second best interior offensive line behind Q.
Okay. All right.
I got you.
Continue.
Okay. Let's see. Where were we at?
Chargers.
We had the Ravens. Okay. So the Chargers took Mr. Hurst, defensive tackle out of Michigan, scaring the shit out of every quarterback in the AFC West for the next 8 years. The Lions, very, very solid pick, took Davenport, who is arguably the second best pass rusher in this draft, pairing him up with his old college position coach, I believe. So stud pick there.
Yep.
The Cowboys took Calvin Ridley, wide receiver out of Alabama.
I'll see. I don't know about that pick because they just signed Allen Hurns to a 3-year deal. You still got Beasley and Terrence Williams. Yeah, you may move on from Dez, but that's where I think the Allen Hurns just slides in. So I don't really know too much about that.
Yeah, I think the thought process there is, or at least for me, is same kind of thing as the 49ers trading up is I'm just going to see if there's any interest in Dez. And if there's not, I'm probably just going to cut him and move on from him, to be honest with you. I think that Dez is shot. I think he's overpaid, but I know there's been some rumors out there. San Francisco's supposedly one of the teams that looked at him, which doesn't make any sense. But a few other teams, I think I'd be calling the Rams, who have looked heavily at Odell Beckham Jr. It sounds like they're trying to rent a Super Bowl ring this year. So I'd say, look, you need a wide receiver. Why don't you throw your 4th rounder to me this year, and I'll send over Dez Bryant. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I think if you're keeping Dez, it certainly doesn't make sense, and they do have some more pressing needs. I get it.
I thought you were going to take Ronnie Harrison, the safety out of Alabama, because the Cowboys secondary is terrible. I thought you were either going to go corner or safety, Ronnie Harrison, Alabama.
Yeah, I was looking, honestly, if the Chargers hadn't taken Payne, I would have, I mean, not Payne, but Hurst. I certainly would have gone with Hurst. I don't know. I just think the talent at 19, Ridley's got a good NFL career, and I couldn't pass it up. So, but I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. All right. Seahawks, Connor Williams, offensive tackle out of Texas. I think that's a great pick. They need to protect Mr. Wilson, and it's a great way to do it.
Yep.
Bengals with Jari Alexander out of Louisville, cornerback.
I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I think that's a great pick. The Bills, Mr. Lamar Jackson, QB. I think it was the right pick. I really do. They need a quarterback, and they weren't able to move up despite multiple attempts. They didn't mortgage their future, and they stayed fast and still got super talented kid as long as he can be coached right. So I like it. It looks like the Rams at 23 took Evans, linebacker out of Alabama. Great pick. The Panthers took Payne, defensive tackle. I think it's also a very good pick. Titans, they took Mr. Landry out of Boston College.
I like that one.
Falcons, finally getting a proper running mate for Mr. Julio Jones. They took Christian Kirk, wide receiver. Arguably the best wide receiver in the draft for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints taken who they think is the best tight end in the draft, and that is Mr. Hayden Hurst.
Like that pick.
Steelers taken Vander Esch to solve their linebacking problems with the unfortunate Shazier injury.
Yep.
Man.
This is the one that's got me spinning here.
Yeah, I was
Mr.
waiting for
DJ
it.
Moore, wide receiver, Jaguars, out of Maryland. I don't know about this one.
Is it the
I didn't like
receiving?
that
Is it the position or is it the person?
I think it's
not
both.
the position. I'm not mad at the position. I'm really not mad at the position.
I am.
You just think Sutton's better or what?
Sutton is better. And then the position, they already proved they can get to the AFC Championship with the receiving core they have. They don't throw the ball enough. They're not going to put the ball in Blake Bortles' hands enough. Like, they're not relying on his arm enough for me to go draft a receiver in the first round, especially when you just got D.D. Westbrook. You still got a lead. Like, you have a receiving core that got you far. You added another offensive lineman that can block his ass off. So, obviously, that's letting us know we're going to continue to
But what else do
run
they
the ball
need
and play
to be
good D.
fair? To be fair,
To
what
be
else
fair?
do they need?
They need a couple. The big needs are linebacker, offensive tackle, receiver.
I would have got a linebacker.
and QB. Like that's kind of linebacker and receiver.
But QB didn't make sense.
Nope.
So if
You
if
could have
don't
gone
get the
linebacker, but you have arguably the best defense anyways.
I would have took Oliver, the cornerback out of Colorado, because they just lost. What's his name? The nickel corner. He went to the Texans. Is it Cloven? They just lost Cloven.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they picked up another nickel corner.
Who they pick up?
Shoot, hold on
Oh,
a second.
DJ Hayden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the next line. He's a bum. There's
He's
a reason
not
why
a-
he's always on. That's the reason why he's always on 1-year contracts. Kind of like
Hey, it
Prince
doesn't
Amukamara.
matter. You still took care of your need. Who was the corner they could have? Who was the nickel corner that they could have taken that wouldn't be a major reach there either? That we wouldn't be saying the same thing. Going, ooh, might have been a reach.
I like Oliver. I could have took Oliver. I would have.
But he's not a
If you're
nickel.
going to go receiver, I would take Sutton.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a
have
fan of
problem-
Sutton.
I don't have a problem with receiver, and I guess it's all in who you like. Look, DJ Moore has good size. His player comp is
From LSU.
yeah. His player comp is Stefan Diggs, which I mean that's a great player comp. He ran a 4.4. He's 6 foot, 210. I don't know if that's the receiver you want. I don't have a problem with the receiver. I personally like a couple of receivers ahead of him. That's my personal opinion. But look, if that's the guy you want, then that's who you
The
want.
reason I didn't go with Sutton, the main reason researching Sutton is he's had issues being coached in the past. To the end, learning the playbook has been a struggle.
Okay.
So like those
That's
are
fair.
that's kind of the take on him a little bit is coachability and then the ability to learn a playbook. So
No, that's fair.
he's a Brandon Marshall comp is what there is, but I just that's why.
Okay.
I mean, look, it's not like Moore's bad.
Yeah, it's not
No,
garbage.
it's
No.
bad.
No.
No.
I get it.
Far from it.
Yeah.
All right.
Where we at?
Well, now that we just killed you for that pick,
Yeah.
go ahead and kill me for the McGlinchey pick. Niners moved back
Oh,
up.
no, we already talked about.
I think it's
no,
a great
I
pick.
just
I think it's a great.
me.
So. Should have went to the Ravens at 16.
I mean, Jiminy Christmas. All right.
I just don't think he's that good. That's all. Go ahead.
The Patriots took Price, interior offensive lineman, out of Ohio State. Again, he can play
think
center
he's better
or
than-
either guard
I know,
spot.
he's not a tackle, but he's better than Buddy. You just said he's top 10 talent, and he's not top 10 talent. That's really.
I think he is top 10 talent. I personally really believe that. I think he's a stud offensive tackle. I really, truly believe that. I think
Okay.
if there weren't 4 quarterbacks and so many teams that need quarterback, and this was a regular draft where there was probably 2 offensive tackles that go off the board in the top 12 picks, top 13 picks, he would be one of those guys going off the board in that range. I mean, sure, he may not be
Everybody-
top 10, but he's right on the fringe, in my opinion.
Everybody said this is the worst offensive tackle class they've seen in probably 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, top to bottom it is.
I don't really think they're that good. I don't know. I don't think any of the offensive tackles coming out is first round talent.
Well,
That's just me,
I think,
personal-
I think the problem
That's all.
is that you had Buddy from Oklahoma, who was supposed to be the second coming. I mean, he just ruined his whole draft stock. I think that that's a problem. So, yeah, I think that when you take who they thought was the best guy and all of a sudden now he's, third, fourth offensive tackle off the board because of him screwing up his pro day. I mean, not his pro day, but the combine. Yeah, I get it. I mean, they're going to say things like that because you don't have the true, this guy's your first pick. That guy's not there. But top 10, top 13 in a normal draft when 4 QBs aren't out there, yeah, I think that I can go with that for sure.
I like that the chemistry. He's already played with Q, so that's huge. Offensive line need chemistry. So I do like that.
And I don't think I give up a lot. I really don't. I mean, I moved up like 25 to 30 picks and then also out of the third rounder. I don't, like I said, I don't feel like I give up a lot. All right, moving on. We already said Patriots took Price, and then Philly got a very pressing need at running back. They took Geis out of, what is it?
LSU.
LSU, that's right. I almost said Louisville. He's
a stud.
Yeah, I almost would have went tight end here, but
yeah, they do need a tight end. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Was like tight end or running back. I get the pick, but that was kind of like if I had the Eagles, those were the two I'd be kind of trying to figure out. So
you're right. I was thinking the tight end, but I liked Hurst over the other guy, and then it's like, so now do you take Geis or the other tight end? And Geis is a way better player.
Yeah, I like the boy out of South Dakota State, Dallas.
If Hurst would have been there, you would have taken Hurst, though.
Yeah, possibly. I probably would have taken Hurst because I like Hurst. But Geis, I mean, comparing him to Marshawn Lynch, and then you just never know with Jay Ajayi. He's always got lingering injuries. He's got bad knees as it is, and you just lost LeGarrette Blount. Not saying Jay Ajayi is not a good running back, but I mean he does need to be spelled here and there.
You did say his knees will go out at any point. So
they will.
So
I mean, he got tendonitis. They bad, but that's my reason behind that guy's pick.
No, I get it. It's a hard decision at that point. So
all right, so he is at Rad1_TOS. He is at Matt_TOS. I am at JNay_TOS. You can find us on Facebook at Triple Option Sports. You can find us on Instagram at Triple Option Sports Podcast. And you can also find us on YouTube, Triple Option Sports. The things to look for this weekend, obviously, UFC 223. I mean, it's a banger. By far the best card of the year. Definitely a must-watch. Get your friends together. Pile your money together. Make sure that you are watching it because it is going to be a dandy. Other than that, please leave a review for us on the old iTunes if possible. We would love to hear your feedback. The more reviews we have, the better. It certainly helps us keep going. So we would love it if you could do that for us. And until next week, we out.